Hey, sweet thing, how you doing? It's so good to have you back in the baking corner with your girl. If you are new here, my name is Mickey, and today we're going to be baking some cookies. I'm going to be doing a variety pack of cookies for my classmates just because sometimes I just get in the giving mood and it's the holiday season, so I'm like, you know what? Why not? Even if I'm not able to give nothing else, I'm still going to give some food. I'm really excited because I've never done a variety pack before, especially not of this magnitude. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Grab your apron and let's get baking.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna start off with 2 sticks of softened butter, and then we're matter of fact, no, I'm not giving y'all the measurements. I will give y'all a step by step of how to do this recipe. But if you would like the exact recipe, go look at the link in my link tree to find the recipe cards and have it sent to you. Okay, these recipes are top tier. Okay, and I'm standing by that 10 toes. That's why I am giving y'all the step by step instructions. But if you want to know exactly how I make my chocolate chip cookies and my sugar cookies, you gonna have to get that recipe card. And then you could tell everybody at Friendsgiving and at your family dinner that great grandma gave you that recipe and she told you not to tell nobody. Shh. But anyway, y'all, we gonna cream together our butter and our sugar. And then once that is done, we are going to add eggs. We are also adding vanilla extract, and I like to put a little something special. But once again, you gonna have to get that recipe card. I can't just be giving y'all my tips and tricks for the free ski. I'm sorry, bro. Y'all gonna have to go get that recipe card and see what it's hitting on. But I will say this recipe, it's top tier. Once again, this is $1 million chocolate chip cookie recipe. And you're going to know exactly why I say that when you try it for yourself. Believe me. These ain't like the cookies that you be buying frozen or the ones you pick up already cooked at the store. Nah. These are prize winning. But anyway, y'all, I do want to give y'all a couple of tips before we move on. When you are making any type of cookie dough, really specifically these, you should be able to have it between your fingers and it should not be sticking at all. And another thing, before we put these in the oven, we are going to freeze this dough for at least 30 minutes. And yes, I said freeze. Freezing your dough is going to allow all your ingredients to mesh together, and essentially it's going to leave you with a thicker cookie in the end. I will show you guys what it looks like when you use frozen dough versus using dough that was thawed out. But for now, we say bye-bye to the chocolate chips. While those are in the freezer, I am going to work on my sugar cookie dough. Now, let me say this, y'all. I was supposed to have 3 different types of cookies, but I messed up the recipe for one and I didn't feel like restarting because I ain't gonna hold y'all. It was 10 p.m. I know I said I bake all day and night, which is true, but I'm not finna be starting no cookie dough at 10 p.m. I ain't gonna get finished baking till 12. And if you know, you know, I like to be in the bed by 10:30 for real. So I just took that L for today. Usually when I do make cookie dough, I'll save half of it for later, freeze it, and then I'll have more cookies to make on another day. But today I just decided I was going to use all of my cookie dough and bake it so that I could have enough cookies for everybody. One thing I love about making cookies is it is super simple. Like it literally can take less than 15 minutes to form a dough and probably about 12 to 15 minutes to bake them. So that's really 30 minutes to have the best dessert that you could ever think of. And also, it's very easy to flex the recipe. If you want more or less, you can literally chop it in half or multiply everything by 2. I would say if you are trying to discover how to bake or if you are just entering your baking journey, I would try out a couple of different cookie recipes and see how you can vary them. Maybe you want to add some ingredients into that recipe, or maybe you want to cut it in half to only make some for yourself. But either way, I would try that challenge and then let me know in the comments how that goes. So I ended up with some really pretty sugar cookies in the end, and I'm so happy I did not have to break out my little circle thing to make them round. Of course, if you do want them a little flatter, you could squish them before you bake them to make them flatter, and then as they bake, they will just spread out more. And then also, I use a tablespoon to scoop my cookies just because I don't want them too big and I don't want them extra small. But of course, you can use whatever scoop that you desire to make the cookies whatever size that you want. Because I always say it's your kitchen and you can do exactly what you want. I'm just here to tell y'all what I be doing. And y'all could copy me if y'all want to, but of course, throw your own spin on it. So I told y'all I would show y'all the difference between frozen dough and thawed out dough. These are the cookies that were used from frozen dough. As you can see, they're a little thicker. The thawed out dough ended up giving me a flatter cookie, and it was more chewy on the inside versus the thicker cookie being more like a cake texture. I was super excited with how my platter turned out, even though I was anticipating for more cookies, but it's all good in the end. They were delicious and everybody loved them. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week.